Wow, look at the screen, look at the screen, look at the screen. Well, Biden, I guess he's got something for the African American community. Or maybe not. Wall Street Journal, fresh off the press, ladies and gentlemen. Fair use. Biden administration in talks to pay hundreds of millions to immigrant families separated at the border. A Wall Street Journal news exclusive. The government is considering payments of $450,000 per person affected by Trump administration's zero tolerance policy in 2018 for asylum seekers illegally crossing border. Not per family, $450,000 per person. I guess they'll be coming in millionaires if it's a family. The Biden administration is in talks to offer immigrant families that were separated during the Trump administration around $450,000 a person in compensation, according to people familiar with the matter, as several agencies work to resolve lawsuits filed on behalf of parents and children who say the government subjected them to lasting psychological trauma. Gee, this thing. What was it? Now, what reparations? Where's that money? Oh, that's right. Yeah. He said he's got our back. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. It sounds like he's just keeping the black back because it sure as hell ain't bringing you forward. You got to be kidding me. The U.S. Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and Health and Human Services are considering payments that could amount to close to $1 million a family, though the final numbers could shift. The people familiar with the matter said most of the families that crossed the border illegally from Mexico to seek asylum in the U.S. included one parent and one child, the people said. Many families would likely get similar payouts depending on their circumstances, the people said. The American Civil Liberties Union, which represents families in one of the lawsuits, has identified about 5,500 children separated at the border over the course of the Trump administration, citing figures provided to it by the government. The number of families eligible under the potential settlement is expected to be smaller, the people said, as government officials aren't sure how many will come forward. Around 940 claims have so far been filed by the families, the people said. Gee, during slavery, weren't the families separated? During the crack epidemic, they didn't say, oh my gosh, you're doing drugs, you're doing crack. Let me get you some help. Do you want to go and get some treatment? No, they locked them up. Wow. So I guess the illegal immigrants, you can think, the black people, we pretty much helped put them in there. He couldn't have got in there without us. And here's our thanks. The total potential payout could be $1 billion or more. As part of a so-called zero tolerance enforcement policy, immigrant agents separated thousands of children, and not the first time it's happened here, thousands of children ranging from infants to teenagers from their parents at the southern border in 2018 after they had crossed illegally from Mexico to seek asylum in the U.S. In some cases, families were forcibly broken up with no provision to track and later reunite them. Government investigation found the lawsuits alleged some of the children suffered from a range of ailments, including heat exhaustion and malnutrition, and were kept in freezing cold rooms and provided little medical attention. Many of the lawsuits describe lasting mental health problems for the children from the trauma of the months without their parents in harsh conditions, including anxiety, a fear of strangers, and nightmares. That sounds like living in Chicago or any inner city. Could be anywhere. Houston, Florida, Texas, Detroit, Minneapolis, Baltimore. The lawsuit seeks a range of payouts, with the average demand being roughly $3.4 million per family, some of the people said. In recent months, lawyers for the families and government have told courts overseeing the cases that they are engaged in settlement negotiations and hope to reach a deal by the end of November. Someone's going to have a hell of a Christmas. President Biden has agreed that the family separation policy is a historical moral stain on our nation that must be fully remedied. And I guess slavery is not. You heard it, you read it rather. President Biden has agreed that the family separation policy is a historic moral stain on our nation that must be fully remedied. That remedy must include not only meaningful monetary compensation, but a pathway to remain in the country. There's another stain on the country. Slavery, Jim Crow, lynchings? Really? In his first weeks in office? Mr. Biden pledged to reunite the separated families, describing those actions undertaken by the Trump administration as a moral and national shame. I guess slavery and Jim Crow isn't. Okay. A DHS spokeswoman referred questions to the Justice Department, where a spokeswoman declined to comment. The Department of Health and Human Services didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. What are the black politicians doing? What are they good for besides keeping a check and maybe patting you on your head? What are they good for? And I heard that AOC was fighting to get reparations for him. Gee, looks like your girl gonna get it for him. I really heard that. But when they mentioned reparations for African Americans, she went on this roundabout merry-go-round, round and round, and here we go, merry-go-round. That's what she did. That's what she did. So wow, check this out. I'm shocked. I'm not going to even lie. I'm shocked. $450,000 per person. They told, and number one, they said to stay where you were. You got the heads up you were going to be separated from your family, from your children, and yet you still chose to come here. Wow. I want to know, what country can I go to and break the law and get paid? The government is considering paying $450,000 per person affected by Trump's administration zero tolerance policy. But I don't like Donald Trump. You're not going to understand why, but I think we're going to have to learn, if it's not too late, to make business decisions. I saw a video of Biden, and I was having a discussion with one of my homegirls, and they're educated, and I said, no, I didn't vote for the man. I just couldn't. After doing my research, I love to read, and I get the Wall Street Journal every day, the print and paper. But anyway, I did my research on Biden, and I said, yeah, well, kind of seen him standing there with the video that I saw. I'm standing there with the segregationists, and they said that they groomed him. And when one of them said something about the idea, something about one of them said, one of the segregationists, he mentioned the goal of something was to eliminate blacks. Well, that's me. Yeah, that's the skin that I'm in, proud to be in it. So yeah, couldn't vote for that guy, because that's who the hell I am. So that's why I didn't vote for him. I did my research, and that didn't sit well with me. And now you think about the 94 crime bill. Well, gee, what about that? The 94 crime bill. Man, they said the cartel, they're even hiring people, man. They got them on TikTok, hiring people to come get these folks over here, to get the immigrants. Had a 16-year-old driving. That young fool couldn't drive very well. He done turned the darn truck over. Turn the darn truck over. It's like, how did you go in the ravine, bro? Did you not see that it's an edge and there's water? Turn the darn truck over. The folks got injured. Instead of making $14 million a day. $14 million a day. Drug cartel is making bank off this administration. What, Black America, what you making? Hoping for a stimmy? Some of our people needed that stimmy so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. It was only $1,400. And I was like, to think, you know how they had it separated more than once, I think. But to think, need that money so bad, is $1,400. How far is that gonna carry you? You paid your rent, and now you might even have money for your light bill left over. Wow. The line is drawn in the sand. And I know things like this here, they're not like, it's not fun to hear. Hell no, it's not fun. Because he got the vote. It's the same thing with the Obama. Get the votes. And what do you get for your vote? A joke. I think I'm going to open up Biden, it's like opening up a store. And people may get mad, and you are entitled to do so. I understand that. I made a joke to a friend. I said, I'm going to open up a store and I only want black customers. No. Can't nobody come to my store. You have got to be black. And I was joking with, I said, well, now I don't have any products, but just go ahead and slide your debit card or credit card. We'll do cash out. Go ahead and slide it. Yeah. I don't have any product to sell you. Just go ahead and slide debit card, send cash, send the money order, you know. They don't want no checks now. We prefer the cash app. We have into it. We can go ahead and take it off the phone. But I don't have any products to sell you. But I want your money. Y'all gonna look at me like, that woman is out of her mind. Excuse you? You're not getting my money for nothing. Girl, you got a store with no product. What are you selling then? Nothing? Yeah, but I want your money. Give it to me. Come on. I got the cash app. Get that little thing. What's that thing they have? You can just slap the little card. Yeah, let's do it. But I don't have anything to sell you. But I just want your money. You're going to look at me like I'm crazy because it makes no sense. That is nonsensical. It's illogical. Illogical. Doesn't make any sense. Getting our vote and giving us nothing also doesn't make any sense. And it may hurt. Some voted for Biden. Well, I mean, most of our people voted for Biden. Yo, I don't hate you. Still love you. That's your choice. But we have got to learn to make business decisions. We got to do our research. We have to. Got to do our research. You think they're running Dun and Bradstreet for nothing on your business to see what you got going on? Do the research. So I just had to bring this out, let everybody know. The Biden administration is in talks to offer immigrant families that were separated during the Trump administration around $450,000 a person in compensation. According to people familiar with the matter, as several agencies work to resolve lawsuits filed on behalf of parents and children who said the government subjected them to lasting psychological trauma. Did Dr. Claude Anderson file a lawsuit on reparations? And as I understand, Obama nixed that. And when it comes to black people, if you notice, they want to always come with a program. We're going to do it with a program. They don't want to put any money directly into your hands. Why? Because they know that money is in power. It's not in grabbing your shoes and your coat and I'm going to hit the streets and I'm going to march. You're going to march the hell out of them little shoes you got on your little feet and get your ass back in the white man's store and buy some more. That's what's going to happen. Woo. It can bring awareness. Marching ain't no power. I hate to tell you. You have the power of the people. Well, take the power of the people to that darn mortgage company and get you a loan. Take that power of the people to the mortgage company and pay your mortgage with it. Go take that to your house to pay your rent with it. The HOA. Write a check on the power of the people. This is shocking. They never want to give black folks money directly. And and I will say, we all know in the community, oh my God, it'll cause so much drama. You think crime is now? Kids be kidnapped, man, left and right. Little Kiki, little Nick won't be safe. These little ghetto Tyrone, little TTs, oh my God. They would try to hold up a whole church. So unfortunately for this group, I hate to say it, it would lead to more crime. It would be so many bodies stacked up. It would be crazy. Lord, you might want to hunker down and stay in. It would be kidnappings. Oh, $450,000 a person in compensation. $450,000. For some of us, that would be the house and the portfolio. And most of us don't even have that. Shocking. Again, President Biden has agreed that the family separation policy, I remember family separation policy when they brought them from here to Africa. I remember that policy. I read about it. We've all read about that policy. People scattered, running, panicking. Don't know who's related to who. Sell your kids off, your mama, your grandmama, big mama, your baby off. President Biden has agreed that the family separation policy is a historic moral stain on our nation that must be fully remedied. That remedy must include not only meaningful monetary compensation, but a pathway to remain in the country. Meaningful monetary compensation. The family separation policy, a historic moral stain. I just had to share this with you guys. So they'll have a leg up. Citizenship and $450,000 per person. You think more are not going to start joining that legislation? Joining this litigation? This is what we voted for. Well, I didn't, but he couldn't have won without us. He said, "You've always had my back and I'll have yours." I sure as hell can't tell. We must have a different understanding when you say have my back. Because look like this group going to stay back. How can they not have the American dream or achieve anything with that kind of money? $450,000. So for those people that may get that money, you're welcome. The Black community, we put this man in here to help you. You are indeed welcome. Only thing is, well, what are we getting for our vote? So if y'all want to shop in my imaginary store that has no product to give you, I have nothing to give in the store, go ahead and do that. Yeah. We have no product. I don't have anything to sell you. I'm just going to set up a store and I need just 90% of the Black folks show up. Please show up. Like we did for Obama, over 90% like we did for Biden. Well, don't expect me to give you something in return for your money. Did we get anything in return for that vote? Not to make those that voted for Biden, I know most did, feel bad. Life is business. We're light years behind, people. We are light years behind. We can't continue this, man. We just can't continue this giving and giving, not getting crap, from relationships to business to politics. No one's coming to save us. We gotta save ourselves. Anyway, this has really. Is it 5 o'clock somewhere? I need a drink. Where was he when that water in Michigan? The kids didn't have clean drinking water. Have you seen the schools in Michigan? Have you seen that raining on top of the kids' heads? I'm sorry, Biden, did you do anything about that? Democrats, what'd you do about that? The gun violence, you do anything about that? So many Black folks couldn't even get an SBA loan. $450,000 per person. You see it here. Not just my big mouth telling you. And one more time, just to close it out. President Biden has agreed that the family separation policy is a historic moral stain in our nation. It must be fully remedied, and that remedy must include not only meaningful monetary compensation, but a pathway to remain in this country. I didn't make this up. Something to think about. So to the Black community, the Black politicians, what are they doing besides getting the check and just patting you on your head, just keeping you down so you don't get out of pocket? Oh, they can't do that. They can't do that. No, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. All this boo crap. They can't do that. They can't do that. They can do what they want to do. I'm out.